Hey everybody, here we are back at the North booth.
Sweet. All right, I'm Hugh Pinfold, Director of Design and Engineering at North, and just here to talk about the Dockstarter.
I got to try this thing out yesterday. I was playing around with you. I fell a bunch, but it felt super natural and super comfortable for somebody who had never looked at it.
Yep.
So how did this idea, I guess, come to fruition?
Yeah, so it was actually one of our engineers. It was a passion project for him. He's been loving dock starting and making all these PVC contraptions and out of plywood and having to, have a wagon or something to cart it all around. So we just ended up wanting to make something that was packable and could fit in the back of anyone's car when it wasn't being used. So this is an inflatable dock starter, and it can pack down really small, and you just inflate it with a regular sup pump, and yeah, just a 9 psi is fine. And so you have adjustment for the angle. So we recommend having it nose up, which is the slide for a bit, and then you're gonna be able to push down with your front foot and get going and pumping around the lake. So depending on your setup and how high the dock is and that, you may want to drop it down back to this setting, and this is just going to lower the angle of the board, and in some cases that might be preferred.
Oh, so it's a very easy strap system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we found that these legs were migrating out sideways and then these angles were changing, so we've got the Velcro on here to keep these fixed. And so all you got to do is, there's always some way on a dock to set it up. You're going through the wooden gaps, or you can do a more permanent setup if you want with, some rings to fasten to with carabiners. But anywhere that you've got, some sort of dock, it's super quick and easy to just set up and get going. And so the first thing you want to do is you want to wet it. So just splash a bit of water on it and get the bottom of your board wet, and you just slide it on. So the foil would obviously be under the water, and all you do is you slide the board back up and it sits there ready for you to go. And then you just get a run up, jump on, and the ideal technique to get going is it's kind of like your skimboard start. So you know how when you're skimboarding there's a little bit of resistance, and so you run along and you kind of slide onto it with both feet at the same time. So it's a little bit different. Like, we've had quite a few foilers that have got the dock start, like the running dock start sorted. Yep. It feels a little bit different, but within sort of 20 minutes they've got the feel of how they're doing it. And one of the best things about it is that you don't end up scraping the bottom of your nice board. So with the PVC holders and that, you end up with scrapes and all the paint comes off the bottom of your board. So yeah, it's just a lot easier on your gear.
What kind of material was used just here on the top? Is
it
all the same?
So this is PVC drop stitch.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So it's similar to your inflatable sups.
Okay. So you're not finding it sticks or anything?
As long as you wet it, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, and as I said, it's a slightly different technique, but yeah, everyone seems to dial it in pretty quick. And one of the other benefits that we didn't really think of at the time is that when you're learning to dock start, quite often people will land not with their feet at the same time. They'll be a little bit front foot heavy, and the board tends to dive down into the water, and because of the buoyancy, it comes shooting back up, and the foils in the board whack into the dock. Yep. And the one we've got here at Hood River, it's concrete, and so it just damages your gear. But because you've got this soft inflatable structure, your board and your foils just bump into this and it's no problem at all.
So first line of defense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that was a cool little thing that we hadn't really expected. Yeah.
Now for changing angles, for example,
yep.
I guess you would just you set the angle first and then inflate it afterwards? Or that thing moves?
Yeah, so you can do it. You can just unclip that and then just undo the Velcro. You would probably see the whole thing, when it's inflated, will just go flat. So these have been strategically placed so it holds it where we want it. I would probably loosen off the webbing a bit just to make it easier, and that just hooks through the loop. Yeah, and then I would tighten that up just so it's sitting nicely on the Velcro.
Yeah.
And then you're ready to go, and you can see right here now Now this one's a lot flatter than this, and so
Exactly.
with this setup, your board's virtually sitting flat. Some people prefer that, but I think for a start it's nice sort of having nose up, and then you get that first pump and you're away.
You doing it again at 3 o'clock today?
Yeah, let's do
Oh,
it.
boy.
Yeah, and tomorrow. Let's keep it rolling.
You're gonna
Yeah.
keep practicing. Hey, thanks a lot, Hugh, for coming on and
Yeah.
introducing this new product for us.
Sweet as. Yeah. Cool, man.